I remind myself and you to have a sincere intention, seeking reward from Allah Ta'ala. If you have the sheet in front of you, go ahead and open it. That is fine, the one I sent you, because we will talk briefly about the attributes of Allah, and then we will continue, inshallah. So we mentioned that the accountable person is obligated to know 13 attributes of Allah Ta'ala. Allah has more than these attributes, but these 13 attributes, the scholars said that the accountable person is obligated to know them. The Muslim believes in these 13 attributes. So then it is very, very important to know these attributes, to believe in them, and to understand them well. So we mentioned that Allah Ta'ala is attributed with existence. Inshallah, today we will give the proof from the Quran that Allah Ta'ala is attributed with existence. We said Allah exists without a beginning and without an end and without a place. He created places and He is not in need of any place or direction. So the existence of Allah is not like our existence. We have a body. Our bodies are contained in this space. The proof from the Quran for the existence of Allah is the verse, أَفِي اللَّهِ شَكٍّ. I will repeat the verse, أَفِي اللَّهِ شَكٍّ. The verse means there is no doubt in the existence of Allah. There is no doubt in the existence of Allah. And I sent also the mental proof today as well. Inshallah, I will send it to your group later on. The mental proof for the existence of Allah, we can simply say that we did not exist. Now we exist. So for sure, we have a creator. For sure, there is a creator who created us and specified us with having these attributes that we have. So therefore, there is for sure then a creator to this world who created the world, who created the entire universe, and He is not like any of the creation. He is not like anything of this universe. So this is an example of a mental proof. I'll share with you a short story. It was mentioned that at the time of a caliph, like a khalifa, we say in Arabic, a ruler, there was a time when a person who was an atheist is a person who does not believe in the existence of Allah. The atheist is a person who does not believe in the existence of Allah. Of course, this person is not a Muslim. The person who does not believe in the existence of Allah, for sure, is not a Muslim. So this atheist went to the caliph and told him that he does not believe in the existence of Allah. So this caliph asked for one of the top scholars, knowledgeable people. He asked for this scholar to come to him. He ordered him. He told him, there is this person who is an atheist who does not believe in the existence of Allah. So I would want you to come and to talk to him, to refute him, of course. So this top scholar then was invited to come. In this meeting, there was the atheist. We said that atheist is who? What is an atheist? Who can remind us?
A person that does not believe in Allah.
Mm-hmm. An atheist is a person who does not believe in the existence of Allah. So he's a kafir, he's not a Muslim. So in this meeting was the atheist and the caliph and many other scholars and other important people. Then they were waiting for this top scholar to come. He intentionally took a long time to come. We were waiting for the top scholar to come, and he intentionally took a long time to come. When he arrived, the atheist asked him, "What took you so long to come?" So the top scholar responded, "Would you believe me if I tell you I needed to cross the Tigris River to reach you, but I did not have a boat? Well, the only thing I could find was a boat that was not assembled. The pieces were separated. However, when I looked at it, the pieces came together on their own. They came together, they got assembled, the boat was functioning well, that I could cross the Tigris River to come here." So this atheist looked and told the caliph, "Look at your scholar and what he's claiming. This is absurd. How can the boat be assembled without a carpenter, without anybody building it?" So the scholar then told him, "You think that this is absurd to have a boat be built without a builder. Yet you claim that this universe does not have a creator. This is very absurd." So the scholar then answered this atheist, meaning he refuted him by showing him that for sure this world has a creator, no doubt about it. When we look around us and we see all these created things, for sure there is a creator who created everything, and he is not like any of his creation. So by that then, we gave the proof from the Quran for the existence of Allah, and we gave one mental proof as well. Of course, there are more. Inshallah, we will continue. We also mentioned that Allah is attributed with oneness, meaning that God does not have partners to him in Godhood. And we said last time it does not mean number one, because number one, I can add to it and I can divide. However, when we say Allah Ta'ala is one, or Allah is attributed with oneness, it means that Allah does not have partners to him in Godhood. So Muslims only worship Allah. Muslims believe that only Allah Ta'ala is the creator. We said Allah is attributed with eternity and everlastingness, meaning the existence of Allah has no beginning and no end. We said Allah is attributed with will. It means whatever Allah willed to be, it shall be, it will be. Allah Ta'ala is attributed with power. Allah has power over everything. Allah Ta'ala is attributed with life. The life of Allah is not like your life or my life. His life is not like our life. Our life is composed of flesh, body, soul. The soul is within us. We don't see it, but we know that there is a soul within us. We have blood flowing inside of us. All of this is created. God created it. And the life of Allah is not like our life. So the life of Allah is not with flesh or soul or body. No, Allah is attributed with life, and his life is not like our life. His life has no beginning and no end. Allah is attributed with knowledge. The knowledge of Allah does not change. It has no beginning and no end. Our knowledge changes. We learn new things, so our knowledge increases. Sometimes we forget things, so our knowledge might decrease. However, Allah Ta'ala knows about everything. He knows about things before they happen. His knowledge encompasses everything. Nothing is hidden from the knowledge of Allah. God knows about everything. So we said then eternity, everlastingness, existence, oneness, life, will, power, knowledge. The ones of you who have the form in front of you, what else is mentioned among the 13 attributes that I have not said yet? Yes, Muhammad, we said eternity. Mia is not with us today. Naz, dear, go ahead.
Non-needness of others.
Very good, dear. Also among the attributes of Allah is non-needness to the creation. God does not need any of his creation. God created us. He does not need us. When we perform the obligations, God is not benefited by that. God does not need that. This is something that we do that is good for us. God does not need his creation. So, Sarah, dear, what else?
Speech.
Very good. Allah Ta'ala is attributed with speech. I want you all to listen very, very carefully now. We already said and we believe that Allah is not like his creation at all. Always, always keep that in mind. This is in your belief, in your heart. Allah is not like his creation at all. So for sure then, the speech of Allah is not like ours. We speak in a language. Our speech has a sound. We speak with letters, with words. So our speech is composed. It has a beginning, it has an end. The speech of Allah is not like that. The speech of Allah is not in a language. It does not have a sound or letters. No, it has no beginning and no end. So know that about the speech of Allah. It's not like our speech. It is not in a language, not Arabic, not any other language, not with words or letters, because all of these words, letters, languages, they are created. God created them. And we said that God is not like his creation at all. So yes, Allah is attributed with speech, as dear Sarah told us. Who else is going to tell us? I think there are two more that I didn't mention. I will tell you, hearing and sight. Hearing and sight. Allah Ta'ala is attributed with hearing and Allah is attributed with sight. Now again, I want you to listen very, very carefully. Yes. We hear with ears. The ears are what? Created. Who created them? Allah. Allah created ears. Allah does not have ears. God created ears and he hears without ears. Because we said that God is not like his creation. So Allah Ta'ala hears without ears or any other instrument. So Muslims believe that Allah hears without ears and Allah sees without eyes. Eyes are created. Who created them? Allah. Allah, who created eyes, is not attributed with having eyes. So Allah sees without eyes. Allah is attributed with hearing and sight. Allah hears without ears and Allah sees without eyes. I think now we mentioned all 13 and non-resemblance to the creation. This is the 13th attribute, non-resemblance to the creation. It means that Allah is not like his creation at all. Now, I think many of you know the terms, the 13 attributes in Arabic, and inshallah, you will know them now also in English, so that when you're teaching others, you'll be able to say the terms in English as well and explain them. So make sure you go over that form that I sent to you, go over the 13 attributes and review. On your own review, make sure you know the terms in English and how to explain each one with a sentence. So the attributes of Allah have no beginning and no end. All the attributes of Allah have no beginning and no end, and they do not change. The attributes of Allah do not change. We change, but Allah does not change. And the attributes of Allah do not change. That also that the accountable person who is not a Muslim has to immediately embrace the religion of Islam, has to become a Muslim. This is an obligation to become a Muslim. How does he become a Muslim? Who wants to tell us? Nuh, Raihana, Muhammad?
He has to say, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
بارك الله بك حبيبتي. So the person who wants to become a Muslim, he does that by saying the two testifications of faith. He can say them in Arabic or in any other language as well. So he can say also in English, no one is God except Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. He has to say that immediately to become a Muslim. So the person who is accountable, it is an obligation upon this person to have the proper belief in Allah and His messenger. To believe in Allah, to know Allah, it means to have the proper belief in Allah and to know the messenger of Allah, Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. It means to have the proper belief in the messenger of Allah alayhi salatu wassalam. He has to believe that Allah is not like his creation at all. Because if this person believed that God has a face, does this person have the proper belief in Allah? No, he does not. Even if he says the two shahada, even if he says la ilaha illallah, but if he has a belief opposite to the two testifications of faith, then this person is not a Muslim. If he believes that Allah has a body or a face or hands, he is not a Muslim because he does not have the proper belief in Allah. We said that the obligation is of two kinds. Who wants to tell us what are these two types? Muhammad, dear.
Yeah, so there's the communal one and the personal one.
Yes. A personal obligation, and this we said in Arabic, we say fard ayn, and a communal one, in Arabic we say fard kifaya. So personal obligation and communal obligation. I'm going to tell you the difference between the two, and inshallah, I will give you an example of each. Let us start with the personal. Karim is not with us today, and Mia. Usually they are with us. Okay. The personal obligation is that which is obligatory upon each accountable person. Each accountable person is obligated to do that obligation because it's a personal one. So the personal obligation is obligatory upon each accountable person. Like what? Like the 5 obligatory prayers. The person who is accountable has to perform these prayers. It's an obligation to perform these prayers. Each accountable person, himself or herself, is obligated to perform these obligatory prayers. So this is an example of fard ayn, the personal one. Is this clear? Now we will talk about the communal one, or fard kifaya. The communal one is that which, if some within an area did it, then the rest would not be sinful for not doing it. If some in an area did that, then the rest would not be sinful for leaving it out, because it's not an obligation upon each one to do it. Like what? Like the funeral prayer. The funeral prayer, or salat al-jinazah. When we know that a Muslim died, the Muslims perform the funeral prayer for this person who died, for this Muslim who died. They perform the funeral prayer, salat al-jinazah. So if we know of a Muslim who died, some of these Muslims need to go and perform the funeral prayer for this Muslim who died. So if some did that, the rest who did not would not be sinful for not doing it, because it is not an obligation upon each accountable Muslim to go and perform the funeral prayer for this person, for this Muslim who died. So if some did it, then that would be enough. Not all the Muslims have to do it. It's not an obligation upon each accountable Muslim to do. And Allah Ta'ala knows best.